Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Wednesday evening, all is well. I was on half day today, which was lovely. Doctors this afternoon, which went quite well. I'm getting referred to a specialist for my hands, just to see what the options are. So, all good that way. But this evening, I want to talk about expectations. And these are like international expectations because I just saw a headline saying that some international court thing has made a ruling that everyone is entitled to like clean air and clean living. And there's seemingly thousands of people, in different countries have put this court case together and said, we are entitled to not live in a polluted area, which I absolutely get. And I can see why they wanted to do that. But it makes me wonder, how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds were spent on bringing this court case together, how many legal hours, etc. To say what? To say, yes, you're entitled to clean air, to clean water, less pollution, etc. Great. That's fabulous. Do you want to tell me how we're going to do that? And it made my brain sort of go down a whole step thing because there's all these things that international courts have decided that we are entitled to and that we should get. And no being funny, I am so thankful of where I live that I am lucky to get that a lot of the time. But there's so many people in the world who are not getting that. And why the pollution thing got me is, yes, there's the islands that are literally sinking under the weight of plastic and everything, the pollution that's coming on their beaches, it's killing the wildlife, and I get that. And no, it shouldn't happen. But who's going to stop it? Because yes, here in the UK, we're looking at trying to get to net zero. We're looking at recycling, silly little things. Weirdly enough, I seem to remember recycling was a much, much bigger thing pre-COVID. If I remember rightly, at that time, we were all buying Starbucks cups, reusable cups, permanent cups. I think we've still got one in the cupboard there. Oh no, I broke it. Kathleen had one. She had a Starbucks one. I broke it. I dropped it. But we were all getting these cups for life and things. And it seemed to be taking off. And then it was COVID and everything got to, disposable again. But there was such a big thing about recycling. As I say, UK is trying to get to net zero. A lot of places in Europe are trying to do the recycling. But if I look at the UK, even if we get to net zero, what difference is that going to make to the world? Because even if we're at net zero for 100 years, we're probably still not going to stop or prevent the amount of pollution in 1 year for somewhere like China or India or those people, Brazil, burning down the rainforests. And it absolutely astounds me at the amount of work and the costs and efforts that have gone into this court ruling to say, yes, you're entitled to clean air. Why do we need a court ruling? Surely that's just normal. We should just accept that. And why was all that done when they can't stop these countries from making all that pollution? What are they going to do? What have they done for the last however many years? I mean, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong because I'm talking off the top of my head here. But doesn't this same sort of place, whatever this court is, say that we're entitled to housing and clothing and food, the basic necessities of life? Well, try telling that to those people in war-torn countries just now. There's nothing, you can make a rule about it, make a law about it all you want. But it's not going to happen everywhere all at once, or even in the next few years. So I'm flabbergasted that this is a big international court decision has been made. For what purpose? Really, we should just be trying to do better. If we're in a country where we are capable of doing better, then we should try and do better and try and help those that are struggling. And that's all we can do. And if we are one of the countries who can afford to help the other countries that are struggling, then we can try and do better. But as for going further than that, like, let's make a law. Really? I think my father would say, just like the sound of your own voice. Because it's not going to do anything. So yeah, that's my little rant today. Because I just think it's ridiculous. So now I'm going to go and make some tea and relax. Catch you later.